updating settings. It is starting video transmission. It is posting a tweet, and we are live.
See, I'm old, so I remember the commercials. Is it live or is it Memorex? Selfless plug right there.
Wow,
Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was for cassette tapes.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was like,
Is that not the one where he was sitting on the chair?
It was.
Oh,
yeah.
is that the one where he was sitting on the chair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but he puts in like a cassette tape because it's
And it
Memorex cassettes. And it
blows him, right?
blows him all the way.
I remember, did you ever watch the movie Stay Tuned with John Ritter?
Yes.
There was a, it's about like all the messed up versions, and there's a version of that where it's just that, but then his head blows off. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Interesting things you remember from your childhood.
Yes,
but anyway,
for sure.
we should probably like start the intro music or something.
Recording Audacity, so let's get right into it. Yay! You know, it's funny, Nick.
I want you to tell me what's funny, Rob.
I want to tell you, all these past few episodes, we've had amazing guests on the show.
Yeah.
We had Mark Anthony Austin.
You got the names right.
So many names.
Yeah, he has three of them.
He has three of them, and it's and they're all first.
They're
names.
all first names. Yeah.
It's really hard to get them in the right order. So we had him on. When we have guests on, we can't hear our own intro music.
Yeah, and it's weird. You're right. Actually, hearing it, we were like, wow.
Yeah, we're like, oh wow,
that's really kind of nice.
That's what it sounds like. So we're back.
But we are back. It's been a minute, right? It's been a hot minute. You might have got to warm up the pipes, right?
It's been a while, yeah.
Right, but we are back, and we are together once again in the same room, and we are here for BanthaMilk podcast. That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very excited about it, and it's been crazy. I mean, we were putting out a good 2 podcasts a month, I think, for a good portion of the summer, but summer was just so nuts.
It was.
I didn't stop. Rob was just sitting back, drinking, sipping on
Mai Tais.
Yeah, Mai Tais. He's got his Tommy Bahama shirts on, and he literally would come to the restaurant and just watch me.
Just watch. I would just sit there. I would actually even go into the kitchen where Nick was slinging pancakes.
Just throw stuff at me.
And I would just sit back there, throw stuff at him, and bark at him and be like, come on, hurry up, let's go. Faster.
But at least we're here now, Rob. We have made it back.
We have made it back, thank goodness. It does feel good.
It feels we're a week back into the school year.
Yes.
That's not a segue into our drink here.
No.
Anyway, we are BanthaMilk. What is your BanthaMilk for the day, Rob?
My BanthaMilk is a local brewery, Tonewood Brewing.
Tonewood's good. I used to live a block away from Tonewood.
Tonewood is some good stuff. This is Fuego, because after this week we are in Fuego. So,
what does Fuego mean?
Fuego, it's like fire. So there's a little fire on there.
I see.
Yeah, so it's the Tonewood Fuego. You have something fancy.
Yeah, well, it's not fancy. It's just bourbon, but I did bring it in a nice flask. Now, I was in a wedding a couple of years ago for my good buddy Bill. You know Bill?
Bill, yes.
Bill, yeah, and Bill got me as a groomsman gift this flask, and it says Nick, and it says I don't like sand. 8/19/17,
Nice.
Which of course is a famous Star Wars line right there.
It is a famous Star Wars line.
I have this because I took my bike here, so it's easiest to... Red 5.
Red 5.
Standing by.
Yes, not Chewbacca.
No, sorry. What was his name?
Brandon.
Sorry, buddy. That was a really... Listen, I got a lot of really good names, but if you saw the bike and you heard the name Red 5, you'd know it needed to happen.
I'm going to go spray painted number 5 on the gas tank for him so everybody knows that it's Red 5.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Well, all right. I'm going to need to...
Yep. So you open that up. Let me see if this makes any noise.
That was great,
That was a good one. That was a real good one.
It had that nice... At first, I wasn't sure, but once it got that pop...
Yep. Yeah, all right. So cheers.
Nostrovia.
Yep. Good BanthaMilk. Love it.
Yeah, so here we are, once again, sipping on BanthaMilk.
Yep.
What do we got planned for the day, Rob? We got an exciting show lined up.
We have a lot of stuff for today, which is very exciting. I'm really excited about it. We have a whole bunch of Star Wars news that we're going to get to in a couple minutes. The most important thing is our headline for the show is the 10 best, may not even be 10, best, and if you look at if you're watching on YouTube, or even, as you download it, you see the title, so you already know what the title is, but it's the best and the worst products for Star Wars fans, for all Star Wars fans.
Yeah, we are coming up on the holiday season. You know, a lot of people like to give gifts around this time of year, and you know, I don't think there's ever been a holiday season that I haven't got a Star Wars gift.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
So you might want to check this out. There's some really great things on here. There's some really
there's some really great things if you're a Star Wars fan, but really unnecessarily great things. I think that's what I found a lot of very unnecessarily great things, like things that you're like, that's so cool, but I really don't want it in my kitchen, but I would love to have it in my kitchen, but I really shouldn't have it in my kitchen.
That's when you wait for like your mom to buy it for you for Christmas.
Yeah.
They see a Star Wars thing. They're like, oh, it had a Star Wars for you.
There was a Star Wars on it. There was a singular Star Wars.
Which is great because my mother does not watch Star Wars. She doesn't like Star Wars. She does not listen to the podcast at all. But she does promote the heck out of us.
She sure does.
Every single post on Facebook, she shares, she sends out there.
She's liking it. So
thanks,
yeah,
Mom.
So she's a good supporter.
I know she doesn't listen, but thanks, Mom.
Anyway. She didn't even hear this, but thank you.
That's right.
So before that, a couple of little things. I did post a Facebook and Instagram. Oh, while we talk about Facebook and Instagram, why don't we jump right into where you can find us?
Yeah, I guess we can do that.
So let's let Nick tell us all the fun places that you can find us.
You know, Rob, one of these days we're going to get way better at setting that up.
I know.
The segue is going to be perfect one day.
One of these days we'll get it. We'll
That
figure it
day
out.
is not today, but that's fine.
That's okay. I do want to say one thing, which is those guys over at Supreme Resort. I keep listening to them. They keep making fun of us. So it's time to start making fun of those.
What are they saying?
The last that he was like, I can't remember how it goes, but
He's so filled with rage and indignation.
So angry that they were making fun of us. But there's like some kind of like saying like I forget how it goes, button yellow in the front, and then he was like BanthaMilk in the back or something like that. So he was referring to us as like poop or something along those lines.
Wow.
So
listen, Mr. Supreme Taco over there.
I know
If you're gonna bust on our chops, you know we have war in the name of our topic.
That's right, and I mean everybody likes churros better than tacos anyway. So the Supreme Tacos, get a churro, pal.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm
Supreme
saying?
Churro.
Supreme Churro.
This is. I say we start a petition to replace the Supreme Resort with Supreme Churros.
Yes, and they should do a show something exciting about churros.
Ooh, you think they would do a show on churros?
They could, because there's like 21 churro carts in like Disneyland, so they should find the best one. That would actually be a show worth listening to.
Gosh!
Boom! Mic dropped.
Yeah, you see that? You just he threw down the gauntlet.
I did. And in the beginning of the show too. They wait till the end of the show when everybody turns off their show before they start making fun of us.
Wow.
We made fun in the beginning.
Wow, so they might actually even catch that if they ever decide to turn on
if
our
they
show.
ever decide to listen to us. So there.
Oh boy.
Turkeys.
Well, you've heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. The gauntlet has been thrown down. The challenge has been cast. The die has been cast, I should say. But we'll see how the Supreme Taco Resort chooses to respond to
we'll see what they
BanthaMilk's
say.
latest intrigues.
Yeah.
So we talked a little about where you can find us on the social medias, right? What isn't in there is our Facebook group, right? So make sure you join our Facebook group. We should add that at some point, right?
We should. Sacred
Jedi Text. That's right. So facebook.com/groups/Sacred Jedi Text.
Yeah, check them out.
Yeah, man.
We have a lot of fun in there. It's been mostly just like funny Star Wars memes at the present moment, but feel free to type anything funny that you want Star Wars related. News, polls, questions, whatever you want. Make it fun and exciting.
You get to chat with us.
Yeah, you get to
the
chat
creators.
with us.
Come on, y'all.
Oh, Ears Up has a Discord channel.
Really?
So if you want to chat with all the Ears Up people, and I've posted a couple of things on
Well,
there.
how come I'm not on there?
Because you didn't know about it. Now you need to know.
I know, yeah.
So check out the Ears Up Discord channel as well. I don't know. I think if you just like type in Ears Up into the Discord and try and find it, you have to get permission, and then Jason lets you in or something like that. So that being said,
the password's BanthaMilk.
That would be awesome.
That's right.
If the password was BanthaMilk.
Oh boy.
I posted a tweet at the end of the summer, an Instagram and a Facebook into our page, not into the Sacred Jedi text. A picture of 6 different Star Wars books, and there was a question: what do all these have in common?
Yeah.
And they're behind me. I don't know if you can see them on the camera or not.
You can't.
But okay. But I read all of them. So I want to start a Star Wars book club. What do you think of that?
You know, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm reading another one.
What are you reading now?
So right now I'm reading it's a book that takes place after Rogue One.
Okay.
It has like Poe Dameron and or not Rogue One. Takes place after episode 7 and before episode 8. It's supposed to be like a prequel to episode 8.
Okay.
So I'm enjoying it so far.
And what's the name of the book? Do you know?
I forget.
It's very engrossed in this book.
I am very engrossed. They always have fun.
I'm actually reading Ahsoka right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, have you read Ahsoka yet?
I did not.
It's actually great so far.
Yes, I did not.
Real, I'm not too far into it, but when we were flying last month, Pagan actually, when she was just like at a gift shop somewhere getting herself like a soda or something, she grabbed the book for me. I was like, hey, read this on the
Read this.
So I didn't get to finish it, but
okay.
I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
It's at my work desk,
Okay.
which I don't get a whole lot of time to read.
To sit and read, no.
You know. So you've got a few books back there, right? I see Thrawn over there.
Yeah,
I see
Thrawn was really good.
New Dawn.
And Thrawn was written by Timothy Zahn, and now he has like a whole like Thrawn series almost going on there, which is pretty cool. I feel like the new books are they're like in the same realm as what the next movie is going to be. The one that like takes place 2,000 years before
the High Republic.
The High Republic.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of new High Republic books out there.
Yeah, I haven't read any of them, but I hear they're actually really good.
Yeah, my problem right now anyway is like I liked Thrawn because I knew him, and I liked A New Dawn because that's the one that takes place before with Kanan and stuff. But then I read a different one by John Jackson Miller. Oh, Scoundrels was really good too because that one was with Han Solo and all them, so that was fun. But I read another one by John Jackson Miller, and it took place like in the New Republic or that type of era. Like it was very Sith based, and I couldn't I'm so used to there's always 2 Sith that when they're talking about like a whole family of Sith ruling like galaxies, I was like very confused. Like, how do we go from all of these Sith down to just 2 now?
Yeah, and it is going to be interesting to see how they handle that. And I think we're going to see that because I don't know if you had this planned for your Star Wars news here, Rob, but one of the big news items that we've got the last couple weeks is the teaser trailer for the new Knights of the Old Republic remake. Right? So I don't know if you got a chance to see that. There's nothing in the trailer. Like, it's literally just some words, and then you get a shot of Revan, and that's all it needs to get Star Wars fans excited.
Yeah.
I am super excited about it. But, I mean, the whole thing in the Old Republic and then Knights of the Old Republic was that the Sith used to be like a race, you know, and like the Sith race, you know, started the Sith Empire and then, you know, expanded beyond the Sith race, and so it was a whole thing. But they haven't really mentioned the Sith as a race at all in the new canon.
Yeah.
But with them bringing back some of this Old Republic sort of stuff, I'm interested to see that. Because, again, the other thing, too, that was, like, did you read the Darth Bane books? I don't remember if we talked about this.
Darth Bane, no.
The Darth Bane books are great. You should check them out. The first one especially. But, like, the whole thing with Darth Bane is that he's the one who created the Rule of 2.
Okay.
Shell is here. Is Shell Sammy's?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
All right. Hey, Shell. How you doing? Good to see you. So anyway, I was talking about something.
You were talking about Darth Bane.
Yeah, so Darth Bane. So the whole thing with him is that he's the one who got rid of, or he started the Rule of 2. And if you read the Darth Bane books, you see how that happens because Bane was like this powerful Force user who was brought to the Sith Academy, and he started training in the Sith Academy, and it turns out he thinks it's completely flawed, and he just decided, well, I'm going to burn the whole thing down. So, yeah, before Darth Bane, there was like this whole Sith, Sith like they were Jedi. There were Sith academies and Sith. There was like a Sith hierarchy.
Right, and even in this book, there was like a whole family of Sith. Yeah, that were like all ruling all these different planets, and it was really cool. So it was tough for me because I didn't understand all of that, but I just had to take it like, all right, this is a very good science fiction book. It's Star Wars in the fact that they're Sith, but it's different than the Star Wars that you know from the movies. So I did enjoy it that way. But like you said, it is a whole different. And is that the way the movie's going to be too, do you think? Like it's that era or no?
Because the High Republic, it's so weird because they've switched. They could have very easily called it the Old Republic.
Okay.
But they chose to call it the High Republic instead of the Old Republic. So I'm wondering if they've decided to shift. Because they're taking some things that were canon before and they're putting them back into canon, but the canon has changed and so there's retconning going on. I don't know. It's all very confusing.
All very confusing.
So I don't think we really can just speculate until we see. Because
until we see something coming our way.
It really just kind of depends.
Awesome. Well, if anybody wants to try and start a Star Wars book club, I think it would be a lot of fun and whatever. And maybe we could do it maybe on the Ears Up Discord channel, or we could do it on here with YouTube and everybody chatting or something like that. Or I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll see if there's interest in doing it, and we'll take it to the next level. Also, we should do even more than that. Would be what I'm going to show next. There was a lot of controversy, and even Mark Anthony Austin chimed in on the controversy
on this very show.
Show we talked about it, but
losing him.
So old. Oh, I'm so old. There we go. This particular...
Oh, look at that. It's Boba Fett's Starship.
It is Boba Fett's Starship, not to be confused with Slave One.
Well, that's that one.
Yes, so...
Now you know the difference.
If you were wondering, Boba Fett's Starship, Slave One. This was like a Lego system, Lego set I made a couple of years ago when this one came out, and then this is the newest one, Boba Fett's Starship. So I found it funny when I bought it. I was like, wow, I forget how many pieces this was, a couple hundred pieces, whatever. It was, a decent set. Oh, by the way, free plug for Costco. Normally this price is $49.99 for this little fella here. Costco $39.87 or something silly like that. So I was like, $10 less, I'm going to buy it.
Plus, you can buy a 4-pound thing of animal crackers for $7.
2 4-pound things of animal
crackers. Well, it was
$14,
but that's a heck of a deal.
Yeah, so you could get 8 pounds of animal crackers. Is that what you have at home right now?
Well, I have it split. 4 at school, 4 at home.
Right, so there we go. So you could get 8 pounds of animal crackers while they're buying Boba Fett's ship.
That's right.
Which... our friend Brian posted. Do you know what the name of this? What the Starship, like the Millennium Falcon is a YT.
Oh yeah. It's a. I just read something about what it's actually the classification.
The classification,
but I forget.
Yeah. Fire spray.
Fire spray. That's what it is. Yeah. So there's talk about calling it much like the Razor Crest is a Razor Crest ship. This is a fire spray class ship.
Boba Fett's fire spray or whatever. Yeah, whatever.
It's Slave One.
It's Slave One. There we go.
So you've got 2 of them now. Yeah. One is bigger than the other.
Yeah, this was fun.
It is interesting because I like the big one is cool because it's bigger, but the smaller one looks sleeker and kind of nicer. And
and a little more solid, streamlined, more solid. Like if you had a young kid who decided he wanted to pick it up and drop it, this wouldn't be as hard to put back together as the bigger one was. That one
would just...
Yeah, and it's funny, when I was in the... they have this super giant Millennium Falcon, which is like the size of a table. Yeah. Which I don't understand. Like, believe me, if somebody were to give me $700 or buy it for me, you can, any of our fans at home want to buy it, send it to us. I'll let you know where the BanthaMilk podcast headquarters is, and sure, you can send it to me.
Sure.
But they said, like, at the store, they're like, it is so fragile. Every time that we have to move it, pieces just like fall off.
Oh, of course, it's got to be so heavy.
Yeah, between the weight of it and just the how they have all the awkwardness and everything. Yeah, so.
Wow. All right. Well, I mean, it's a labor of love, right?
It was. So it was a lot of fun. So I had fun building.
How long did it take you to build that?
It was only a couple hours, maybe 2 hours or something like that. Yeah. So I have a.
And you did a time lapse?
I did do a time lapse.
I thought I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah. So I have a picture on Instagram, but I didn't upload the time lapse yet. But I do have a time lapse for it. I will upload that on Instagram as well one of these days. So yeah. So that's all the little things that we've been up to. Why don't we, if I get out of this, we can talk about what is more exciting, which is.
Brian.
Star Wars news. Thank you,
Brian. I love that. That's so great. Yeah. Brian, if you're out there listening, we're eternally grateful.
Yeah, that was a really good clip, Brian.
Yes, indeed. It always, I'm sure I've said this before, but it just always reminds me of driving in my dad's car when I was a kid. Okay. And he was listening to like AM radio.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And it would just be like that new ding 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 WJRZ. You know, like, it is great.
Oh, news on the twos.
That's right. On the 3s, 6s, and 9s. Oh boy. So yeah, you've got quite a bit of news. There's a whole lot of stuff. I mean, we haven't talked to the fan base in a while, right?
No, we've been, and it's funny in the past, with first interviewing Mark Anthony Austin, and then also John Jackson Miller, famed author from two of these books that are behind
New York Times
bestseller. We didn't want to take up too much of their time. We knew we had 1,000 questions for them. So we kind of skipped through all the fun things that we normally do, like the Star Wars news and talking about our social medias and all that stuff. So we're back to our normal platform. So here we go, Star Wars news. Right now, I love it. There's about 1,000 clickbait websites out there telling us everything we know about Season 3 of The Mandalorian.
Which is nothing, right?
Which is nothing.
I mean, I specifically, I'll see these titles and go, no.
Yeah.
Because, it's just, you'll see the dumbest stuff. People, first of all, it's either A, people saying, hey, this is what we know. We know this is what we know. It's like they literally just keep saying, this is what we know.
This is what we know.
And never getting to anything.
And then there's 21 ads in between this.
There's a picture of the Razor Crest and then an ad for Cialis.
Yep.
And so that's annoying in and of itself. But then you find the ones who are just like, oh, we heard this random obscure person say that maybe, Bo-Katan is a lizard person.
Right. No, she's not. Whatever. Yeah, so everybody's saying what we know so far, which is nothing. All we know is that they're still filming.
Yeah.
So, the Boba Fett story comes out in December. We're going to get Mandalorian Season 3 here it is, breaking news, in 2022.
Wow.
That's it. That's all everybody knows. It's coming out sometime in 2022.
There are thousands of days ahead of us. Uh-huh. Thousands. We narrowed it down to a cool 365.
We did, and it's going to be on Disney Plus. Let you know that right now.
Think about all the different networks it could possibly be.
It could have been on any one of them.
Maybe A&E. Maybe Bravo.
TNT.
Turner
BET. Classic Movies. I think it was going to be on Turner Classic Movies. They're going to change it to black and white and then recolorize it again. But no.
They'll play it right after the original True Grit.
That's right. That's exactly
At 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m. So everybody has the same facts, which is it's going to be out sometime in 2022. So you heard it here also.
We broke the news right here.
Man,
glad we could be here in this momentous occasion.
Yes.
Oh boy.
This is more fun, and we're video game people.
Oh yeah.
So this is a pretty cool one. I don't have this. The Oculus Quest, the VR reality, virtual reality.
Yeah, I really want one.
Pretty cool. Really want one. They're having a new Star Wars virtual reality game for Oculus Quest, which starts in Galaxy's Edge. Which is, for those of you that don't know, it's in both Disney World and Disneyland.
Yep.
So it's taking place in there first, and then from there it's going into its own little story. But you'll be able to, for those of you that can't afford to go to Disney World or Disneyland.
But can afford an Oculus Rift.
That's right. But can afford... how much are they? Are they a couple... they're a couple... $500?
At least $500, yeah.
At least $500.
It's like getting a PlayStation.
Yeah. So if you can get an Oculus Rift, but not
a plane ticket down to Disney World,
you can at least virtual reality through Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So that's exciting.
There's a good amount of Oculus stuff out there for Star Wars. There's the Star Wars Squadrons. I've heard is great in VR.
Okay.
Have you seen Beat Saber?
No.
Beat Saber, it looks like so much fun. It's literally Dance Dance Revolution with lightsabers.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, you've got the two sticks in your hand, and these different colored balls come your way, and you've got to slash them in rhythm in a certain direction.
Oh, okay.
And you should if you've never seen YouTube videos for Beat Saber, check them out because it looks like just a blast.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. So if you feel like if you're a huge Star Wars fan and you want to live in the virtual reality world, you can now get another Star Wars virtual reality game.
Yes, indeed.
So that's exciting news. Did you hear about the Star Wars fan who created a realistic trailer to propose to his girlfriend?
No, what about the Star Wars fan who created a realistic pose? I'm sorry, I thought this was a joke.
It wasn't a joke. He did it. So he and a bunch of his buddies all were dressing up and really cool special effects and stuff. Like, it looked really, really good. So if you're bored, it was all over Twitter and Instagram. So this is funny. It happened a while ago, and he posted it to like Twitter and Instagram, and it had a couple hundred maybe follows, likes, views, whatever. Then he just recently posted on TikTok, and it went viral on TikTok. Yeah, it blew up on TikTok.
Is he throwing soap around the bathroom in it?
He is not. He's not ripping the soap dispensers off the walls and throwing them into toilets. No, he's not a dumb teenager. So he did it a while ago. It didn't really go anywhere until he posted on TikTok, then somehow on TikTok it exploded. So that's a moral for you, boys and girls.
You want to make it big, make it big on TikTok.
Do it on TikTok.
That's our problem. We don't have a
we don't have a TikTok account.
Why don't we have a TikTok?
I know. Well, because this can only be 3 minutes. They actually extended it to 3 minutes at a time now.
I'm gonna make a TikTok when we're done here. We're gonna have a BanthaMilk TikTok.
We can't get a sentence out in under 3 minutes.
No one's gonna watch our BanthaMilk TikTok.
Speaking of our sister shows on Ears Up in Depth this week, they were just talking about this guy. He also went viral for saying that Disney World and Disneyland are brainwashing you
into thinking what?
Because they have the centometers all around Disney World and Disneyland. So
what's a centometer? I haven't been there in a long time.
Okay, so on one of the rides, Soarin', and some other ride, on Soarin' is like you're on a hang glider basically is what you're supposed to be like, and you're flying over. The original one, you were flying over California. So you're going all throughout all of California. And at one scene, you're flying over the orange groves of California. So when you fly over it, it sprays scented oil out into the air, so you smell oranges as you're doing it. They had the same scent stuff coming out at different parts in the park. So when you walk past one of the ice cream shops, they have smells of vanilla in the air, so you really smell the vanilla.
Is there literally a spot that says, hey, this is where all the smell's coming out of?
No. So according to the TikTok guy, it was like if you see speakers around, but there's no music coming out of the speakers, the speakers are actually the oil scent being blown out into the crowd. So there's a couple different places. I forget what the other one was like. Whenever they're selling popcorn, like they have smell of butter around it, really enhancing it and blah, blah, blah. So his whole thing was that you're being brainwashed. So
it's like chemtrails almost.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like trying to do a 10-minute story in under 3 minutes. So he's talking really fast. This is how they're doing it. They're doing this, blah, blah, blah. And like every TikTok video is that way. It's like watching like the news, but for people with ADD. So you just get it in super fast forward.
All right.
So we would have to do our show really, really fast if we wanted to be on TikTok.
We're really good at doing things quickly and efficiently.
We sure are. 20 minutes into our show.
Yeah, we've been doing this for an hour and 36 minutes. I'm just messing.
We haven't even gotten into the main part of the show yet.
Oh boy.
This is a good one, and this one you really want to talk more about. Yes. This is Star Wars Visions, which is coming out. We know all about it. It's coming out on Disney Plus. It's coming out very soon, right? Isn't it coming out in like a couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's very soon.
Yeah.
The trailer for
September 22nd
just dropped. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the 18th, so within days. It looks so good. Like, I'm not the world's biggest anime fan. When I grew up, I watched some Dragon Ball Z growing up. I watched Pokemon, but I just recently started watching Avatar: The Last Airbender and stuff.
Okay, my son he liked it a lot.
It's really, and again, it's Dave Filoni, so it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But I've never been like the guy who's been super into anime, but I've always really dug the animation style.
Right.
And what I love about the trailer, if you haven't seen the Star Wars Visions trailer, go see it.
Check it out.
It's going to be from what it seems like, 9 different stories. And it seems like every story has a different animation style.
Right.
So, like, we're seeing some different, like, some of them just seem like straight up manga, like, out of the comic book. And then there's some that look like they're super CGI influenced and like computer animated.
Yeah.
And there's some stuff that's in between, and it just, there's something about, like, they start out the trailer and you're like, this is an anime. This is just an anime.
It's just anime,
and then all of a sudden you see a lightsaber and you're like, no way.
No, this is really cool.
No
Not that
way.
anime is not really cool. There's a lot of people that love anime.
But it's the perfect marriage of medium.
Yeah,
because, like,
totally.
I think we've probably talked about this here too. I've always been the dude who's super into, like, the mysticism in Star Wars. I like the Force and Jedi and stuff, but, like, that's
and metachlorine.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, of course, yeah, that's the best stuff.
Right.
But that's anime is super about, like, the mysticism behind things and stuff. So I think we're gonna get a lot of really interesting perspectives on Star Wars, and it's cool because, like, we've been watching Star Wars since 1977 as Americans would watch Star Wars, but if you think about, you know, America as a place, but Star Wars is supposed to be a galaxy,
right,
with all these different cultures and stuff, and we've seen it in the Western way.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Anime has a very distinct style. It has a distinct storytelling style, and it's just
So it'll be definitely interesting to see how they alter it to an anime style.
But I think it
storytelling.
fits so perfectly.
It does. It totally does.
But when you think
it's
about
also like a samurai, sword fighting a samurai, which is very anime as well. So it definitely will fit in really well.
And then I think they're gonna introduce some really interesting concepts into it too, and kind of morph some of that Eastern influence into it because. You know, I just finished playing Ghost of Tsushima. They talk about the Ronin. If you know anything about Ronin were these wandering samurai, and a samurai was essentially a knight, right? A samurai was like their version of knights in their feudal system, and the knights were these warriors that worked for a certain whatever, right? And what a Ronin was basically a hedge knight, a knight that didn't work for someone. It was like a rogue sort of knight,
like the Black Knights. The dark. What? Yeah, were they?
Almost like Ahsoka.
Yeah.
How about like Ahsoka's a Jedi, but she's not a Jedi.
She's not a Jedi.
Right? She doesn't fight for a particular cause, but she is a wandering warrior who fiits for good.
She wants to make sure that everybody is treated equal.
So I think we're going to get some interesting perspectives on Force users and on Jedi and Sith, and we also are going to get some really awesome weapons like that rotating lightsaber freaking death wheel, whatever it was. I don't know.
It was crazy. So it's great when they show you a trailer and you just see like a half a second or a second of something and you're like,
give me more of that.
Give me more of that.
Yeah.
Give me more. Give me more. I want more.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the format is going to be like. Like, do we know, are these like hour-long episodes? Are they short things? They're 9 stories, right? So you'd think they'd be longer form.
Yeah, so... I'm on Star Wars' website, and they say Visions will present unique takes on the Star Wars galaxies from some of the anime's world's greatest talents. And with these visionary stories come all new heroes. Some are similar to those we know, yet just a little different. Some seem like they're from a galaxy even further away. StarWars.com caught up with executive producer Josh Rhimes and producer Kanino Shirasaki of Lucasfilm to learn more about 5 of these future fan favorites and whose stories we'll soon to expect in Star Wars series like no other. My guess is it's probably going to be like a half-hour-ish story for each one.
Sure.
I hope they're not shorter than that.
Yeah, I think you can. I mean, especially with the introduction of a new style and the introduction of new stories. I don't think you can really do it effectively.
If you do it like 15 minutes, by the time you finally get into it, it's going to be over.
I would hope for like at least a 40, 45 minute sort of a storytelling.
Yeah.
That seems like an adequate length. If you're going to give us 9, you're telling us there's 9 stories.
Right.
That's telling me there's probably 9 episodes, right?
Yeah. So you're going to try and do a whole story in one episode, like a whole story in 30 minutes where you're introducing brand new characters and having a plot and then wrapping it all up in one. Hopefully, and the nice thing about Disney Plus is they're not like formatted to 30 minute, 60 minutes.
They don't have to worry about the commercial breaks.
Yeah,
they don't have to worry about fitting into a time slot. So we'll see about that. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty rad. Do you think we're going to see any familiar faces in Visions?
It says all new heroes with these visionary stories come all new heroes similar to those we know. So I don't think we're going to see anybody that we actually
recognize. Do you think
recognize.
all new heroes means all new heroes or all new heroes?
I think all new heroes.
Okay, so not brand new, but all of the heroes we're going to meet are new?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
we might see some familiar places.
Yes.
Maybe we'll visit some familiar places and stuff, but yeah.
Definitely. Because that way we know that we're in Star Wars. We're not just in some other sci-fi with lightsabers.
I wonder what time period they're going to be in.
They could even be all over the place.
Yeah, maybe some happened before, during, after.
Yeah. It would be really funny if there was like one where somebody walked into the Mos Eisley Cantina right after Han Solo shoots Greedo, and they're like, "Oh, what's this dead guy over here?" And then they just walk past.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some adjacent sort of cameos, like Han Solo's not here right now, but I know he just was.
I know he just was. There'll be like the burn marks, right? Or they'll sit down in the seats and there'll be a burn mark right next to him.
I like it.
That would be so funny.
It'll be literally like a mine shaft in the Cloud City of Bespin, and like two people are talking, and all of a sudden the handle drops. They're just like behind them, and that's and they'll be just like, all right, that's it. And then they'll just go on with their conversation. And that's as close to a cameo as we'll have. And that'd be fine by me.
That would be fine.
I'd be all right with that.
That would be fine. That would be the best Easter egg. Did you see
I think I'd be happier with that than any other cameo.
Exactly. Then,
I don't want them to even make a big deal of it. No. I just want like some random crazy Redditor out there to like point out, hey, did you see in episode 6 of Visions, if you pause it at like 3 minutes and 22 seconds in the background of Bespin, if you enhance it 16 times and you increase, you see the hand grasping the lightsaber, and there's Maz Kanata catching it right there.
Right there. Oh my god, that would be so funny.
Oh boy. Well, anyway, that was a diatribe there. Yes. But yeah, Visions. I'm so excited for Visions.
Nick is very excited for Visions. Real fast, while we were talking about Visions, Avengers Hockey, our friend Tom.
Oh yeah, hey
popped
Tom.
Into the chat. He said, "Don't upset the mouse," because but it wasn't us upsetting the mouse. It was this. We were upsetting the guy who was talking about the mouse.
Right. Now, Tom. Now that Tom is here, I guess maybe this might be a good time to talk about the fact that you two have been working on a project, huh?
We have been working on a project, and in the future, we're gonna stream it and stream it and
Twitch it a little bit.
Twitch it a little bit, and maybe throw a couple of clips out there on the Insta of it as well. I said to Tom a couple weeks ago, we've been unfortunately our Star Wars Galaxy server has dropped off a bit. Which
who would have thought that a 22-year-old game might not hold water?
Well, it held water for 2 years.
It really did. I mean, you were playing. I would every time I come here, I just like, wow, you're still playing that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it was 2 years of a great population on there. And it has died off a little bit. I'm sure it'll rebound again.
Yeah, there's fluxes. I'm sure people have stuff going on.
Yeah, the guy who was running it was really trying to start something new and awesome, but he was trying to do something way too big all by himself. So Tom and I took a little break and we started playing Minecraft. And I said, because I was reading the book about Jabba's palace. It was 19 stories from Jabba's palace.
Okay,
it was a fun book as well. The one thing I didn't like about it, the first 9 stories. All 19 take place at the same exact time, right around when Luke and Leia and everybody all get there and they kill Jabba.
Right.
Spoiler alert! If you didn't see the movie from
they're watching this podcast.
Yeah, they're just getting into it. So as I was reading it, I was like, you know what would be fun to make would be Jabba's palace in Minecraft. So Tom and I were playing Minecraft. And it's just his personal server, and we do it in not creative and survival mode, which is the harder of the two.
That's hardcore, man.
So Tom was like, well, instead of making Jabba's palace, let's make the Death Star. So I said, all right, let's do it. I have this one app that shows you how to make different shapes in Minecraft, spheres and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, I'm going to make a sphere. And then I was like, what size would be a good size? So I don't know if anybody who doesn't play Minecraft just tuned out right now. They're like, I'll come back in 15 minutes when he's done. But you can carry a stack of 64 blocks with you in one stack. They call it a stack. So I was like, I'm going to make it 2 stacks. I'm going to make it 128, and that's an even number, so put one more in the middle. 129 across, which is a lot. Just letting you know, people, it's a lot. So, needless to say, when Nick came over, I showed it to him, and he was like, "Oh my god, that thing is enormous."
Yeah, so we're gonna do a walkthrough coming up here.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a little tour, And maybe I can get Bill to turn on our server that we work on earlier, and maybe we can do a little walkthrough of the Millennium Falcon. And
Yeah,
the
you made a really cool Millennium Falcon.
But that was cheating. No, the Millennium Falcon, I mean, it was still cheating because I did it in creative mode, so I didn't have to actually mine the stuff for it. But I did build it. It wasn't like a prefab.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're doing it the real way.
I'm going down.
You're doing the
way underground, digging all the blocks out, then going all the way back up into the sky.
Getting killed by phantoms.
And all kinds of other stuff like that. Yeah. So, and then we were smart. We built it over an ocean, so that way when you're up 120, we're up like 200 levels high. If you fall off of that, you die. But if you fall off into the ocean,
water,
you're okay.
Because just like real life, water doesn't hurt you.
Water doesn't hurt you at all. No matter how high you fall from, it doesn't hurt you at all.
Hooray.
Yep, you're fine. So we're going to give you, it's a little teaser. We're going to show you this enormous Death Star that I've been building.
That's right. You got to stay tuned for that.
Yep. Oh, this is good news. This isn't clickbait news or anything like that. This is good news. Mandalorian, we all love that show, which is why we started this podcast. For season 2, it just won 7 more Emmy awards.
Okay.
7 more, and this is all the special effect awards. Like they didn't even get to the real awards, which they're doing. Well, the real awards. I mean, these are real awards as well. I'm sorry to all the special effects.
Yeah, they're sitting at home like, God, those BanthaMilk guys are jerks.
Yeah, they're jerks. We worked just as hard for these as the stupid actors did.
Right.
So I mean, it is. I mean, it's not funny to me. I do find it interesting that they only broadcast all the awards for all the pretty people.
Yeah.
You know, so when they...
I'm sure there are pretty animators and stuff.
Yeah, there's got to be pretty animators
at least one or two.
there. Like, they deserve their fame on television as well, just because they don't know how to, or they choose not to memorize somebody else's lines and pretend they're somebody else. They do a lot of work.
That's true.
Outstanding special visual effects in a season or a movie. Outstanding sound mixing for a comedy or drama series 1 hour, which is funny because I don't think any of the episodes were 1 hour, but this was Chapter 13, The Jedi. It must have been an hour long, or close enough to it.
Close enough, yeah.
Outstanding cinematography for a single camera series half hour, Chapter 15, The Believer. Outstanding music composition for a series, original dramatic score, Chapter 16, The Rescue, which I agree. I mean, Ludovic, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, his music is awesome.
Outstanding.
He and who was the original guy? John Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Between the two of them.
Well, John Williams is getting up there in old age, man. He's almost 90.
He is.
Yeah, it's going to be a sad day.
It will be a very sad day.
Yeah.
The Star Wars music will stop playing. No, we don't want to hear about that. That would be sad.
No.
Outstanding stunt coordinators and outstanding stunt performances and outstanding prosthetic makeup.
Wow. Yeah, I can get to buy that. I mean, Ahsoka alone is enough.
I know. Like, it looked really, really good.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to all of those people. They earned it. They did a great job. I mean, every episode, week in and week out, looked like a movie.
Yeah.
So, it was, and they did it with half the budget of a movie. So, it was amazing. So, that's good. We only have 2 more, and these are fun ones. There's a new Star Wars Lego TV special coming
That's right, for Halloween, right?
For Halloween, coming October 1st. It is Star Wars Terrifying Tales. Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales. So, October 1st, check it out. I know I'm going to be excited for it because the Lego games are always very comedic. They're very funny.
Do you know, did they come out with the Skywalker Saga for Lego series yet?
It's still coming.
Okay.
I think it's going to be for
rad.
Holiday season, yeah. And then on top of that, last but not least in my news, Funko honors Star Wars concept artist Ralph McQuarrie with new pop bobbleheads.
Okay.
So they have all kinds of new
Star based off of Ralph McQuarrie's concept art?
Yeah, concept art from 1977.
That's awesome.
So they were exclusive at some Comic-Con, but now you can find them on Amazon, and, they're real cheap on Amazon. So they're like $48 a piece because they were exclusive from the Comic-Con.
Oh, boy.
But some of them are pretty cool. There are some really cool ones. It's funny. One of them is even called instead of Skywalker, what was his?
Starkiller.
Starkiller, yeah. One is Starkiller.
Yeah, and I saw you post on Facebook about that, and because they did revive it for Starkiller Base.
Starkiller Base.
But do you know where they earlier revived it?
Yeah, there was another person who was a Sith Jedi, and he went by Starkiller as well.
So in the Force Unleashed games, I love those games as a kid. There was Darth Vader had a secret apprentice while he was under the tutelage of the Emperor, known as Starkiller.
Yeah.
And his actual name was Galen Merrick.
Yes.
And he actually wound up being one of the founders of the Resistance and the Rebellion.
Right.
In fact, his family crest, that rebel symbol that everyone knows with the kind of points in the circle, that's supposed to be the Galen Merrick's family crest.
Oh, very cool.
And they adopted that from his family.
Okay.
So yeah, it's actually a great game with an interesting story. Then Force Unleashed 2 came out, and it was bad. Force Unleashed 1 was good.
Force Unleashed 1, excellent. Yeah. Force Unleashed 2, not so much.
Yeah.
So there's also the Chewbacca one is interesting.
Yeah.
Because the original concept art for Chewbacca doesn't look anything like Chewbacca now. He actually looks more like the guy from Rebels.
That's right.
So that's it for my news. I know it's a lot of stuff. Nick's yawning. I'm
boring
him to death here.
It is Friday night at 9:30. I'm falling asleep. It's okay.
The guy's in his 30s. When I was in my 30s, I was out partying.
I'm in my 30s, but in my heart, I'm in my 90s.
You're in your 90s in your heart.
In my heart, I'm sitting and I'm watching Murder She Wrote in my oversized chair right now with my cataract glasses.
You're watching Cocoon going.
That's right.
Those young whippersnappers.
Gutenberg.
So that's the end of Star Wars news. So we're going to close this out. And with that, we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back. And we're back.
Wow. I really think I'm going to buy that product.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that product is going to really help me with the problem that I'm having.
It will definitely help you.
I think that it would help your friend with that problem too.
Yes.
So maybe you should tell your friend to maybe use that product.
I should tell my friend.
You should tell your friends. Use the product that was just advertised.
Definitely go out and get it.
I heard it's great. I heard all your friends will like it, and I heard that it will make you a lot of money.
And when you're done with that, then create your website on Squarespace.
That's right. Is that what that?
I don't. That wasn't that. But no, like every podcast I listen to, they advertise Squarespace.
Oh,
so I think we should get Squarespace as an advertiser. All right, now the reason you actually came here.
That's right.
The reason we're all here. The reason that we're all hanging out.
The reason for the season.
The reason for the season. The 10 or somewhat best and worst Star Wars products.
Yeah, and it's up on your screen right now because we are technological wizards.
We are that fancy.
That's right. Yes, so you will see we have our 10 and worst Baby Yoda products, and look at this slideshow. It's a delight.
It is a delight.
So what do we got here? You want to let me know because Rob's got to give me the cue as to when to get going on our slideshow.
Okay, so all the bad ones, which is what we're going to do first, which like we talked about earlier. Some of them may not be bad. They just may be like
ridiculous.
You want them, but you're like, really? I'm not going to spend that kind of money on stuff.
Yeah, Rob got the easy job in that he had to research a bunch of like the crazy ones. And I was like, all right, you have to find the stuff that's just so insanely awesome. You have to get it. It's like, I'm a Star Wars fan. This is all great.
Yeah,
I need to think about what like a not Star Wars fan would look at and go, all right, that's pretty cool. Right?
Yeah.
But we're going to start with, I think, the worst Baby Yoda products.
Yes,
right?
yes. So we're going to start with the worst Baby Yoda product. So the number one, the first one, and this is in no particular order.
Okay.
So they're not ranked worst to first. They're just all stupid and strange or whatever. But the first one is a picture of a 4-inch mini waffle maker that when you make the waffle, it has kind of a picture of Baby Yoda sitting in his floating chair. So the waffle would make that Baby Yoda.
I mean, I'm hungry already.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like waffles need more crevice.
You own a breakfast restaurant, so...
I mean, the crevices in the waffle are integral, I think, to the taste and the kind of flavor sensation.
Yeah, and they hold the syrup the right way, and the butter, they hold everything the right way, so you definitely need the proper waffle.
Yeah, I don't know that this is gonna cut it here.
Yeah,
so.
And for $27.99 on Amazon,
wow.
So that's a lot to make silly looking Baby Yoda waffles. I'd rather put my pancake batter in a ketchup or mustard container and try and draw my own Baby Yoda out of pancakes.
Sure,
that's what I would try.
Sure,
to do.
I want you to do that.
I will try that, yes.
Next time you make pancakes.
Yes.
How often do you make pancakes?
Not very often.
Not as much as me.
Not as much as you. No, you're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
You don't do the powder, just add water mix like I do. You make
when I'm at home, I definitely do the Bisquick.
Right, yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But we have a box of Bisquick in our kitchen right now. But yeah, when I'm at the restaurant, not so much. We're going to move on to number 2 here, right?
Number 2. The second one.
Is this the sun stashes?
The sun stashes.
Oh my
Kids'
gosh.
sun stashes. They're sunglasses that have giant Baby Yoda ears.
These are the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I would totally wear these.
Sticking out the side. Yeah, you'd rock them.
I would.
Just to try and get people to go, dude. Yeah. So there you go. So sun stashes.
Shades for foundlings. I like how they put that. That's great.
Shades for foundlings. So you want to look like Baby Yoda with your cool sunglasses
and only
on?
$10. All right.
Yeah, not bad. All right. Moving on. This one looks nice until you read what it is. It's a Baby Yoda knob.
What's a knob?
So it's for your dresser. You want to replace all your real nice dresser pull handles and stuff, or all the knobs.
It's literally furniture knobs?
It's furniture knobs, yes, with a picture of Baby Yoda on it, because everybody needs that.
If I'm being honest, I've bought furniture knobs before, and this is not the worst furniture knob I've ever seen. There's certainly tackier ones I've seen.
There's much tackier ones out there.
All
so,
right.
Yeah, so
and this is at Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby, $8 at Hobby Lobby.
Plus $1 for tax.
Yeah, with a little
picture.
And
$8.45 for delivery. All right, so you're paying 103% delivery.
Yeah, so you're paying $20.
But it's got a 92% positive rating. So
can you imagine 92%? So how many people actually bought Baby Yoda knobs and paid more in shipping than they did for the knob?
And then decided that was worth it. So worth it. That I'm going to give it a positive review. All right.
So this was the best. When I opened up the drawer and made the drawer open even better, when I closed it, I could see Baby Yoda smiling at me.
It was astounding.
It was astounding.
Oh,
yes.
boy.
No, thank you. This one, I thought just because it was scary as
I don't like this at all.
Yeah. A Star Wars Mandalorian Baby Yoda hand puppet, which is fine if it wasn't this one.
It looks like it's made out of
like
rubber, but like maybe clay.
Yeah, it almost looks like clay.
But maybe fondant.
Yeah, it's a fondant puppet. Oh, and it's so scary looking.
Yeah, it looks like an E.T. Grogu hybrid.
Yeah,
and like again, you'll notice where are you finding these things? It's $10 and then $10 for delivery.
This one's on eBay. So of course eBay always jacks up their delivery because this way you're only buying a $10 item, but you're paying $10 more in delivery.
Wow, that's how they get you.
So yeah, so
it says it's soft rubber.
Yeah, it looks like hard, scary rubber.
Yeah, I don't want it.
So I don't want it either.
This one's not so bad.
Willpower. Bill just came in. I'm not sure what he made.
I made it. He made it to the thing.
He said, "Shut your amazing mouth." That's
none of these are bad, says Bill. All right. Well, all right. So, since now that Bill is here,
and now he just wrote in, "This one is bad." So I'm not sure which one he's talking about. Maybe the Baby Yoda.
It might
puppet.
be that.
He's a little delayed.
But Bill, now that you're here, I will note that we started this by showing that I am drinking whiskey since I drove the bike here. Out of the flask that you got me, right? Hold on. You can't see me because I've got this in front of us. Hold on. There we go. There you are. Right? So here it is. I don't like sand. That's your wedding date, 8/19/2017. You just had your 4th anniversary. Congratulations. Bill.
Yes.
But anyway, this is what I've been drinking out of tonight. Bill, I hope you're having a great night. I am having a great night. We are talking about ridiculous Star Wars products. And what are we on now?
So after the scary puppet, we are now on another scary item. This one looks like it could have actually
Is it 3D printed?
It looks like it could be 3D printed because this is also coming from some weird Mercari. I don't even know what it is, but it's Baby Yoda and still looking a little scary there, holding a pumpkin in his hand instead of like a frog or something like that. So it's supposed to be for Halloween. But it's all just like white 3D printed plastic. I don't know if it's supposed to glow in the dark or not.
It's $26 with free shipping. What do you think the markup on a 3D printed Baby Yoda with a pumpkin is?
So I can tell you, depending on the amount of plastic it is, you're paying more for the time than you are for the plastic.
Yeah. They pressed print, and you're paying for the time they went home.
They went shopping. Yeah, and came back and it was still printing. if it's, I wish it said how big it was, but say it's like a foot tall, which I doubt it is, because you need a really big 3D printer to make something a foot tall. So if it's 6 inches tall, 8 inches tall, it probably took about 5 hours, 6 hours for it to print. None of which the person printing is actually doing anything. They're just watching it print, and it probably cost about $1 at the most worth of plastic.
Okay.
So $26. So you're talking $25 markup easily for this silly little all-white baby Yoda holding a pumpkin.
But it sure is cute.
It sure is cute, yes. And even the pumpkin looks weird. Like the eyes.
Yeah, they're not quite even. It looks like
the one on the right looks like it should be the nose, but then there's not another one for the eye, so it looks really strange. So yeah, so this one is pretty bad. I ate Cheetos with chopsticks, so I'm good.
Yeah, Bill is having a great night, it looks like.
It sure does.
Live your best life, Bill.
That's right. Go crazy and keep chatting it up with us. This one,
I would have would I have those? I don't know.
Yeah. So this one, Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian car seat covers. Good concept. Horrible picture.
I mean,
and there's pictures of Baby Yoda, like he has like sad puppy dog eyes. His ears are down. They're falling off of the seats. He's holding a frog in his hand, and not only are there pictures on the back of the chairs, but they're also on the seats. So when you're driving, you're sitting on Baby Yoda's face. So you
can sit on his face.
That's
so at least there's free delivery.
There is free delivery on a $55 seat covers with this strangest picture of Baby Yoda on them. So,
not my favorite Star Wars product, not gonna lie.
That's for sure. So far I'm pretty much rocking all these bad ideas. Now this one...
I would wear this every day of the week.
Here's the reason I put this in here. I would totally wear this as well. The reason I put this in there is because it's for toddlers.
Yeah.
I'm not dressing my toddler in an ugly sweater like that. It's an ugly Christmas sweater. For those of you listening on the podcast, it's an ugly Christmas sweater, which, all ugly Christmas sweaters are ugly. Baby Yoda's in the middle of it. He has Christmas lights wrapped around his ears and around his belly. Something that I would totally wear, but this one's it's for toddler boys, Star Wars Baby Yoda ugly Christmas sweaters.
And it says, I was cute all year.
It says, I was cute all year. Now, first thing, I had a toddler boy. Trying to get him to put a sweater on is bad news. Trying to get him to put an ugly sweater on is going to be even worse news. So I threw this in here because it was for toddlers, and I think any toddler... If you have a toddler who wants this, take a picture, send it to us. I definitely want to see your toddler in this horrible sweater. Next one. Baby Yoda from Star Wars Form Air Jordan 13 sneakers.
No.
They're not Air Jordans.
No.
They're not Air Jordans even a little bit.
This is very clear. Like, how are they able to call this an Air Jordan on this website?
I know.
Does Air Jordan not have, like, bots that automatically detect this stuff and take it down?
Nike's a billion-dollar company. They should have people like...
Wow.
Like looking this up.
The second someone even thinks about a counterfeit product, they should be lasered from outer space.
Yeah, exactly. So
anyway, these are horrendous.
They're horrendous. There's like 6 different pictures of Baby Yoda.
Someone clearly took a pair of white shoes and photoshopped some Grogu on them.
Yes.
And they're going to get a screen-printed piece of crap for $79.90.
$79.90. A pair of sneakers that's... and since they're kids... actually, no, I guess this is youth size. Baby Yoda... No. They look like they have men's sizes.
Yeah, it says men and women.
Size 14...
The Rock could wear these bad boys.
He could, yeah. But it's like they just went to, like you said, Photoshop. They just Photoshopped as many different pictures of Baby Yoda as they could onto your shoes. And they're not even Air Jordans, so don't tell me they're Air Jordans.
Yeah, not about that.
Not about that. This one's fun. I actually like this one, except, your dog doesn't need a Baby Yoda.
It's for the dog.
Dog, buckle down, Star Wars.
It was a collar for a child.
Baby
Thank God I'm not a parent.
We're going shopping,
kids. You see those kids on the leashes in the mall.
Nick, I hate to tell you, but they're backpacks that are buckled in front. They're not on a leash.
I'm not a parent.
Oh, my goodness. Wow, it's a good thing Nick isn't a parent. Because he'd have his kid with a dog collar on. But it's Baby Yoda. It's okay. Get over here, kid.
Oh boy, how much is it? $30 for a collar?
$30 for a dog collar.
For a child collar?
Yeah, with Baby Yoda all over it, and it's like a seatbelt buckle in the middle.
Yeah,
So.
look at that. It's not even like an easy breakaway collar.
No.
Dangerous for your dog.
Yeah.
Not so good. I would say maybe not this one for your dog.
No, I don't think so. So Baby Yoda dog collars, not necessary. This one is one of my favorites. Baby Yoda toaster.
I like toast.
Yes. So it's a toaster. Yeah. All that makes it a Baby Yoda is that it's green. It has a bad emoji picture of Baby Yoda with a bad emoji picture of the Mandalorian.
Disney being what it is, I don't understand how these unlicensed products even make it to the internet.
Make it, yeah. And the fact that they call it Baby Yoda toaster. Like, Disney's
not calling it Baby Yoda, so
yeah.
They're not happy about that. Well, maybe that's how they get around the copyright.
Maybe.
Because there is no Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, there were some toaster out there, toasters, that, like, would burn patterns into the toast.
Is that how they made the Jesus toast?
Yeah, the Jesus toast. There was, like, sports ones. Like, they were licensed by Major League Baseball. So you could get, like, well, the Phillies logo on it. Or if you're on the West Coast, the Giants logo. Or if you're religious, Jesus. Okay? Because they're all licensed. This one's not licensed, and it doesn't do anything other than you just have a picture of Baby Yoda on your counter now next to you.
That's it. It just gives you regular toast.
It just gives you regular toast, and you just go, oh, look at my Baby Yoda toaster.
Listen, Poshmark, you need to get your act together. All right?
$25, too, just for a sticker of Baby Yoda. Unlicensed Baby Yoda.
Look at these overalls.
The Mandalorian, the Child Lounge
Jammeralls.
So, it says Baby Yoda, but it's supposed to look like the Mandalorian, and then he has a little pouch in front of him with like Baby Yoda's eyes sticking out of it.
Oh, boy.
The best part about this site is they had pictures of both men and women wearing these overalls, so anybody can get it.
And, they're $45.
$45. So you can get matching ones for you and your wife, and you can, spend... no tax though, so I wonder what shipping is. But
don't you tempt me with a good time?
I know, $100 for you and your wife to walk around looking like twins.
I've spent worse for less. Oh boy!
I thought that one was pretty dumb. This one's actually kind of fun.
Oh, Grogu's driving.
So you get.
I actually have a Star Wars sunscreen for my car.
Okay.
And it's that image of like Luke and Obi-Wan and Chewie and Han in the cockpit.
Oh, in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. That's fun. And this one's pretty good too. The painting of Baby Yoda on this looks pretty good. His ears are a little smaller than normal, but it's okay. I can't really...
for a non-licensed product, I'd say it's pretty darn good.
So it looks really cool.
$42.
$42 for
with $6 for delivery from
Yeah.
Daisy's Tees.
Daisy's Tees. So
it's not even a t-shirt.
$48 for a windscreen that... I hope she hand painted it for $48.
Oh boy.
So car not included. Tom's very famous shoe company.
Sure.
Really, I think they, if you buy a pair of Tom's, they either donate another pair of shoes to the needy or underprivileged countries and stuff like that. Something like that. Yeah. These are Yoda terry cloth Tom's slip-on shoes,
so that you can dry something off with your shoes.
Yes, when you're done doing the dishes, just take your shoe off and you can just clean it off. Yes,
I like it.
So they're all made out of terry cloth, and then the right shoe has half of Yoda's head and ear on it. The left shoe has the other half of Yoda's head and ear on it. I don't know about terry cloth. I've never worn terry cloth shoes before.
That's got to get dirty.
Yeah, I'm not going to knock Tom's too much because they are, a good company.
Sure.
This, I think, was pretty bad
marketing. Yeah, not the best thing.
Not the best marketing. And then back into the kitchen because you got to complete your kitchen Baby Yoda setup.
So does this make your chili in the shape of a Grogu?
It should.
Right?
It should. So it's a slow cooker, Mandalorian 2-quart slow cooker with pictures of Baby Yoda all around the outside. And I love when anything is, well, this one's probably not licensed at all.
No.
But when they are licensed, it's always like $10 more because you have to then pay the licensee as well. But this one just has really bad, it's almost like you just bought 20 packs of Mandalorian stickers and stuck
And
them
just
on the
stuck them
outside.
on your slow
Stuck 'em
cooker,
on
your
slow
blue
cooker.
slow cooker
Yeah.
that you have at home.
So there you go. So not bad. It's $29.99 from Walmart. So go ahead over to Walmart and get your slow cooker with Baby Yoda stickers all over it.
Thing.
It is a beautiful thing. This one, this is what your dog needs.
You know, I almost had a dog costume in my category today, actually, but it got bumps for something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I could see my dog I could see Lester wearing the child pet costume.
The child pet costume. So it's got the hood of Baby Yoda, and then I love. There's
It kind of looks like one of your dogs, though.
It would. My dog would fit. I think Flippy would really like this.
Yeah.
He loves getting dressed up, so he definitely would do this. It's got the little Grogu arms, and he's holding a little frog around the dog's
frog.
neck.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's awesome. Except the only thing I can see is Grogu's bag. The dog's like tripping over it.
Yep.
The bag like hangs right in front of their feet that he's like wrapped in. But $15.99. So why not for one night with your dog, walking him around looking like baby Grogu.
Man, how many procs did you find?
There's only a couple left. The next one is.
I'm good. Go ahead.
Did you get to the next one?
Yeah.
Scariest looking one yet.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of looks like that puppet we saw, except like melted a little bit.
And this is by Hasbro. This is real.
This is Hasbro?
This is Hasbro.
Wow.
This is Baby Yoda. It's from the scene when he's trying to reach up and grab something.
Sure.
So he's like really grunting to get it. But it just looks like you left a plastic model of Baby Yoda in your car and it just started to melt.
Yeah, that's no good.
So that's why I had to put this one here because it's like a melting Baby Yoda. So if you want to get the worst Hasbro one, this is the melting. I call it melting Baby Yoda.
Oh,
they just call it Collection Force. It's when he's using the Force. It's bad. All right, so that was the end of mine.
Right, so what we got next, now I don't have near as much as Rob, because Rob got the easy
I got the easy job, find all the silly things.
Yeah, like, if you search for things on the internet that like crazy Star Wars product, it's never like, wow, look at this amazing. It's like, why would you ever want something like this? But here, take this.
Here, take this.
So we
Here's
do
your
have
wedding present. It's a
that's right.
R2-D2 pressure cooker.
So I was able to find a couple things that I think are pretty rad, even if you're not necessarily a Star Wars fan.
Okay.
That I just wanted to talk about. So first thing we have here, and Rob can't see it from where he's sitting, which is a shame, because it is this HJC. If you want to.
No, since you uploaded it, I'm watching it on mine, so I have all yours and mine as well.
So it's the HJC X-Wing Fighter motorcycle helmet.
I saw this. This is sweet looking.
Now, I just got Red 5, as everyone who's a diehard on here knows, and I actually have Red 5 parked outside right now. I drove it here. I drove it to work today in the rain.
Yeah. That's when you know you're a hardcore motorcycle
I'm so
guy.
stubborn.
Yeah.
I'm the most stubborn dude. I'm like, I'm going. Anyway, this is just the coolest motorcycle helmet by HJC. My current helmet is an HJC.
Okay.
But it's a full face helm. This is a 3/4 face helm, which is awesome for summer. Gives you more breeze. And it's got that nice visor. Mm-hmm. Another awesome thing as I shift to my next slide here is you see that it also comes in Poe.
Nice.
Right? So we've got the Poe Dameron version as well, and it is on RevZilla for $160. Unfortunately, the only size they have is extra small right now.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I'm a large at the very least.
Yeah.
But man, I would be zipping around New Jersey all day on these bad boys.
So I wonder, you could. I mean, I don't know how much it would cost to go to an airbrush artist and
have somebody
airbrush it. Yeah,
that's not a bad.
You could have somebody actually airbrush it for you also.
And that might even be even cooler because I could tell them exactly.
Exactly. You could have little hidden Easter eggs airbrushed into your helmet.
I could do a whole BanthaMilk helmet.
You could do that. You could have our logo at the back of it.
So if you want to see a BanthaMilk helmet, please check us out on Patreon.
That's right. Yes.
Oh, I'm sure that's
donate
expensive.
to Patreon.
That's right.
So that we can get Nick can get a BanthaMilk helmet painted.
That is right. We're moving on from helmets here, and why not, to these Star Wars bookends. Now, for all you book fans out there.
This is cool.
It's silly. It's unnecessary, like many Star Wars products, but it's done so well. It's just so good.
Yeah.
$215 on thisiswhyimbroke.com.
That is why you're broke. What is the name of it for the people listening in podcast
That is
world?
the Han Shot First bookends, right? We've got 2 bookends here, and it's nice because in between them they've put Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6, right?
So the left side of it has Han Solo with his gun drawn.
Yeah, he's got his foot up on the table. He's got his hand kind of calm. He's very clearly calm, cool, collected, and ready to go. Greedo's on the other side with his gun drawn, but clearly Han is got the upper hand here. And the great thing about here, too, is if you switch to my next slide, you see it also comes in trash compactor, right?
So you got 2 shelves. You need one with the Han shot first, and then the bottom one with Han and Leia on the right side, trying to put the
metal pole that is clearly made out of rubber of some kind,
easily bending as a metal pole. And then on the other side is Luke with the octopus thing wrapped around his
That's
leg.
right, and you can see the eye sticking out of the water.
Yeah, the eye sticking out, looking at them. Chewie's trying to stop it on the other side. That's fun.
Yes, indeed.
So you have a lot of bookshelves, but you don't know what to keep your books up. These are 2 perfect things for that.
I'd be there. I'm all about it, right? We also have this guy right here. Now, I want it. I want this so badly.
Yes.
It's $1,600.
Okay.
This is by Regal Robot. It is the Imperial Throne office chair, right? This is an office chair that you can sit at your computer and feel like the ultimate Sith Lord.
Yes.
Black on purple. Super simple, super elegant, super
Very
bad.
nice looking.
Like this is
the
super
armrests
awesome.
are angled out a little bit, just like the Imperial Throne chair is.
Yeah, I would literally sit at my computer, just not even doing anything until someone walked in the room, so I could spin around
So
and
you
just
turn
and just say, "My plan is complete." Right. So
That
that's
is
the
very
Emperor's
cool.
Throne inspired armchair by Regal Robot. $1,600.
So I'm
you can
looking at
can
this.
actually make a down payment on it if you want it.
Oh, good. You need to since since this is a mortgage payment for most people. Did you pay your mortgage this month?
No, I couldn't.
No,
I bought an office chair.
This chair.
I had to buy a chair. It's a really nice chair, though. Is it comfortable? No. But
No, not at all.
It looks pretty awesome.
Looks so sweet.
Yeah.
So I'm like wiggling in my chair because I made this.
Hold on, I gotta you're not even showing on our thing right now. Hold on, I gotta hide our little thing. There we go. There is. We see the Razor Crest chair.
So I made the chair from like what my impression of the Razor Crest chair is, and guess what? It did not cost me $1,600.
How much would you say you spent on like materials and everything for that?
It was
chair?
like 2 pieces of medium density fiberboard. It's like a plywood. 2 pieces of plywood. I think I bought. And then the cloth and the foam padding I think cost more than the wood did.
Okay.
And the chair base, I found somebody who was throwing out a chair. It was at the curb, and I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna sit on your old office chair. So I cut out all the old foam and all that stuff from the old one, threw all that out, and I used that for the base of the chair. It definitely was not even half of the $1,600 for the Imperial Throne Room. I probably $150 maybe total.
All right.
For the materials and everything.
So this is your next project, so that when you can sit in the Razor Crest and I can sit in the Imperial Throne.
Yes.
And I think we'll be set to go. I think that's the only thing that's really holding us back at this point.
I think so. If I build you an awesome Imperial Throne chair,
I think that's it.
We're doing a podcast.
We can pretty much write our own check.
Yeah. This is it. We're doing weekly shows. Nick's coming over all the time. Just
Dave Filoni will actually come on the show.
He will. He will be here
every week.
Yep.
Like it'll be something.
It'll be something.
All right. So if you wanna send us money through the Patreon for us to get the Imperial Throne chair, you can even send us $3,200. That way both of us have the official.
We'll each have our real official.
And if you really want to throw in a couple extra, we can have some at work, some at home.
Or even for guests when we have guests in the studio.
I just want to furnish my house in Imperial Throne
chairs. That makes sense to me. Yeah.
All right, so moving on here, we have something that I have seen in the past that is perplexing and amazing to me.
Yes.
The Air Hogs Millennium Falcon drone.
Yeah.
$200 for this bad boy. It's enormous.
It is enormous.
Now, I'm not a drone dude, but I've always been intrigued by drones.
Yes,
and
me too.
This one looks pretty rad. I think the Falcon itself is made out of a high-density foam, like you were just saying.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, otherwise, I guess it probably wouldn't be airworthy.
It would just weigh so much that they would need super big lifters. Now, the only thing we got my son I'm going to call this a cheap drone. Even this one for $200.
No, $200 is certainly by no means a super expensive drone.
Right. Yeah. So we got him one. It was a small one. It was designed for indoor use only. Even though it had a little camera on it, you could fly it up pretty high in the air. But when you get the cheap ones like this, there is absolutely no stability to it whatsoever. And I'm sure with all this extra foam around it,
it's just going to be flopping.
It's just going to be flopping all over the place.
Especially the slightest breeze outside is gone.
But
I was looking. There's got to be like I said, this was definitely the harder of the two because like there's got to be some pretty rad expensive Star Wars merch out there. But the second you start looking online for expensive Star Wars merch, it sends you straight to memorabilia.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the most expensive Star Wars merch because it's $6,000. It's a Yoda Lego with an I Love New York shirt or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or even like a movie set worn Boba Fett helmet or something
there was
like
I
that.
saw the Snowtrooper helmet from Empire Strikes Back was selling for thousands of dollars. So again, you're not going to find it's hard to find like the super expensive stuff like that's actually really good. But, like, again, this is a pretty rad Star Wars drone here, and I can't complain too much.
It would be cool, like, to even just, like, have it hanging from, like, your ceiling or something like that. Yeah, for sure. Like, it would be really cool for a man cave Star Wars room. Yeah, I like it.
So, the Millennium Falcon drone, and I think this is my last one, last but certain at least, is this Star Wars Cuckoo clock. Now,
that is cool.
I went to Switzerland when I was a child, and I got my parents a Cuckoo clock, and it was nothing like this. We've got two lightsabers dangling from the bottom. One is Vader's, one is Luke's, right? They're battling in front of the Emperor. We've got the Millennium Falcon up top. We've got the Star Wars battle scene in the background. It's super tacky. It's $187 on Amazon.
Makes it even tackier.
But like, it's awesome. I have and you know what's really lame is having a Star Wars room in your house, which I have.
Yeah.
And I just about every product we've mentioned today, I'd probably put in that room.
100%.
That's fine. Even the stuff you mentioned.
Yeah.
Like I'd put that toaster in there. Why not?
There was I thought I added it, but I downloaded some other ones, but I didn't add it into the Google Slides, which is fine because I had plenty as there was.
Sure.
But there was one that was from Macy's, and I asked my wife, I said, do we have any Macy's coupons right now? She's like, no, why? I go, because there's a Death Star popcorn popper.
I saw that. I almost put that on my list.
Yeah. And
again, it's hard because Star Wars fans see stupid stuff and go, oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is so dumb. But I need it.
Yeah.
But it was like $60 or $69.99 or something like that. And I was like, I'm not spending $70 on a popcorn popper. I love popcorn. Don't pop it enough to spend $70 on it.
Put it in a pot.
Right.
And then put on Star Wars.
And the same thing, like if this room, and I've constantly thought of like repainting this room and turning it into like a Star Wars den. If this was like a Star Wars room, definitely have a popcorn popper right behind me. For the Star Wars man cave or something like that. And then the Cuckoo clock would go great on the other wall.
Listen, you're a couple of years from an empty nest, my friend.
I am.
I think you can start planning now.
I'm already. I got
this has got some real potential here, man.
Nick, you guys only see the cameras only show the this is the cleanest part of the basement.
That's right.
Nick's looking at where the kids come down and just leave everything everywhere else, and
I see crossbows, I see Legos, I see Hess trucks, but I think pretty soon you can really do some nice work down here. Yes. This is going to be just
going to
this is Rob's room. They're going to come back from college and be like, no, you're not allowed down here.
Not allowed down. It's going to be a lock on it. Padlock on it. Sorry,
it's going to be a password. It's going to be fingerprint protected.
Fingerprint protected.
Scan your eyelids and you come down here. It's just going to have everything.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
We have been through a lot today. It always happens on BanthaMilk podcast where we're like, all right, we've got a good amount.
Yeah.
We might get to 45 minutes. It's an hour and 17 minutes in here, and here we're still going strong, man. We could probably keep talking, but I'm exhausted. I'm falling asleep.
So what we could do now is we could spend the next 40 minutes comparing two different lands in Disney World and Disneyland.
Yeah, because we could be super cool, like the Churro Resort.
Churro Resort guys.
Yeah,
and be like, the churro stand outside of Frontierland is way better than the churro stand in Epcot, and blah, blah, blah. And that's what I think about that.
Yeah, guys.
Boom. Mic dropped. All right, so I think that's pretty much our show. We had a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, it was good stuff. A lot of things, and it's been a minute. You can pretty much guess that our next show we're going to be talking about Bad Batch because we haven't finished up the season yet, and the season is over. So if you have not finished up Bad Batch, you're going to want to go on and check it out. And it's almost guaranteed that by the time we have our next show, there's going to be at least a couple Star Wars Visions out.
Yeah, Star Wars Visions.
So we're going to be talking some Star Wars Visions as well. And it's going to be a grand old time going into October.
Into October. We're halfway through September. Yes. So I think that's it. I think that's good. Great episode. It was a lot of fun.
I hope you all have a delightful.
One more thing before we go. I have been talking to a couple different people.
That's unlike you.
I know, it's not like me at all. I just started talking to this guy Matthew, who is in the 501st costuming group for Star Wars, which is amazing because these guys really design top-notch costumes that look like stuff that you would see in the movies.
Sure.
And he was in a commercial for Monday Night Football a couple years back. It was a Star Wars themed Monday Night Football commercial, and they showed him in it. So he has his own podcast, and I said we got to try and mix things up. So hopefully we can either do a group together, or maybe he'll come on and we'll go on his show or something like that. So his show is called Will of the Wills or something like that.
Will of the Wills, yeah. So the Wills, Willis. Yeah.
Yes.
So the Wills being the original name George Lucas had for the Jedi.
Okay.
Right? The way of the Wills in his original kind of setup was supposed to be what the Force was, the way of the Wills.
Oh, okay. So so that's the name of their so that's the name of their show. So check them out if you want to. If not, we'll have them, hopefully him on our show. And one other one, I was talking when we had Johnny Jalopy on.
Sure.
One of his friends is another. He's a car designer. He designs like real fancy hot rods and stuff like that. His name's Jeff Allison. He has also designed for Matchbox. Matchbox put out a thing to all these car designers to design different Star Wars Matchbox cars. And he designed about 4 Star Wars Matchbox cars that have been in production for Matchbox. One of them, the most famous, in my opinion, the most famous of them, because they keep redoing this every time a new movie comes out, the R2-D2 Matchbox car.
Okay.
So he designed it.
Okay.
He and I were talking a while back. He was sending me all kinds of pictures of all these different cars that he designed, his drawings that he sent compared to what they actually made and all this stuff. And it was really, really cool. And he said he would love to be on our show anytime. So we can have a couple of guests hopefully coming on soon as well to really keep our show going with a lot of really excellent and amazing guests who all have something to do with Star Wars. So it should be pretty cool to have either one of those guys on the show anytime soon. So
it's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is a beautiful thing. So I think that's enough. I've talked a long enough now.
No, it's all good, man. It's getting late at night here on the 17th of September. I can't believe it's already September. Mm-hmm. But we've got more coming at you, right? We talked a lot today, but we're going to be talking Bad Batch. We're going to be talking lots of stuff. We're going to be talking Visions. We're going to be talking Knights of the Old Republic. And before you know it, Book of Boba Fett's going to be out. Mandalorian's going to be out. And we're going to have lots to talk about, right?
Lots more to talk about.
It's been a blast to be back, Rob. Finally,
sure
about time. But we are, we've been having a good time here at BanthaMilk headquarters in South Jersey, right? From all of us here, even Grogu behind Rob over there.
Grogu's here.
We have spoken.
We have spoken.